Hi, my name's Rick Lomas. I'm doing some research about mortgage payment protection insurance. Today I'll be speaking to Steve from Buckinghamshire. Steve is having something of a nightmare at the moment. Not only is he unemployed, but the mains water coming into his house has sprung a leak and it's penetrated the almost entire of the downstairs of his house. Luckily he does have mortgage payment protection insurance also, so that while all this disaster is going on, his mortgage is still being paid.
Today I'm talking to Steve in Buckinghamshire, who unfortunately became unemployed last year. Since then he's had a bit of bad luck, so just want to say hi to Steve.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, yeah. Okay, just looking at some video footage of that you've shot of your house where you've had a leak. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, it was slightly more than a leak. It was the mains water coming into the house had leaked in, because this is actually buried into the foundations and the concrete screed that's in the bottom layer of the house. It had leaked into that, and it was so pervasive that it had gone into the kitchen diner, then into the study, and further on into the lounge. So in fact we have no habitable rooms on the ground floor.
My God, and you're there with your wife and two kids, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got two kids, Max and Alice, Alice is just coming up to 9 and Max is 4.5. So they've been devastated by it. We're stuck eating in our bedrooms. We've got all the floor that we had down was woodblock or parquet, and that's all been lifted now, and we've got to put damp-proof membranes down, liquid ones. We've got to screed on top of that and then have the floor laid again. It's a bit of a nightmare. The dust is incredible. In fact, we're negotiating with the insurance company whether to be rehoused in a hotel. This has gone on, for your information, we're into our 4th month of this.
4th month, wow! And you're not working at the moment?
No, I'm not. Actually, I don't know how anyone who had this kind of event would be able to work, to project manage the different trades, etc. Although the insurance company have been very good, just negotiating and trying to coordinate all the different things that need to be done. You've got painters, decorators, plumbers, different types of floor laying trades, etc. Just doing that, how anyone would hold a job down during that, I've got no idea. Thank God I've got that insurance.
The insurance we're talking about is the mortgage payment protection insurance that you took out with British Insurance Limited, and is that working out okay for you? Are you keeping your head above water?
Yeah, if you pardon the pun. Yeah, you've got to laugh about it, I suppose. Yeah, we are. Frankly, without that, I don't know what we would have done. It would have been in an untenable position. I don't know how we could possibly have coped with this. It's all the hidden costs that the insurance company then don't pay. It's like we have to eat out because we don't have access to our kitchen. We have to occupy our children, so we have to go. Things aren't free. Especially, today, for instance. The weather is very, very bad. They are at school, but this has also been during spring and summer terms, so therefore we've had a week over Easter where the kids were off. It's been a nightmare. Without that insurance, I don't know where we would have been. I really don't. Not only that, getting the insurance was one thing. Having that safety net, knowing that that should I be made unemployed, is such a weight off. Having been through several of these events in our lives, it makes you really think that I need something like that. It's a necessity. It's not a luxury to have this sort of thing. It's an absolute necessity. I'm not sure that people fully understand what happens if you're made unemployed. I used to work for the Unemployment Benefit Office many years ago in London, and at that time, people used to have their mortgages paid if they were unemployed. Now, what I mean by that, you go on to a kind of an interest-only mortgage, and the state would pay that interest-only payment, so it would keep you in your property. Nowadays, that simply isn't true. Family of 4, I get 90 £800 per week.
And your mortgage is how much?
£1,000 a month.
Wow. There's also one other point that a lot of people miss is that if you remortgaged if you remortgage, then that initial bit of money you get from the unemployment only pays what it would have been for the original mortgage, not the remortgage.
Yeah. Well, you may not be aware of this. I have actually remortgaged to pay for an extension that we had built. So yeah, we remortgaged for another. Well, our original mortgage would have been for, I think it was 75,000. Our current mortgage is 130, and that's been incremental increases with moving and things like the extension have bumped it up to 130. So yeah, we would have been well and truly scuppered.
This is one of the main misconceptions with that people often think, if they become unemployed, the dole will pay their mortgage, but in actual fact,
not.
You have proved that that is not the case.
Okay. That's a dreadful misconception, and no one really, I don't know who's at fault here, but it certainly isn't common knowledge, and it's not widely known by people. It's a dreadful situation to be in. We would have been on the street, it's as simple as that. We would have been able to maintain our mortgage payments, and we would have defaulted on our mortgage, and that puts our property under threat.
Absolutely. The other thing about mortgage payment protection insurance is, for instance, years ago, I had a small flat in Berkhamsted, and I had an inkling that things weren't going too well at work, so I quickly set up some mortgage payment protection insurance. At the time, my loan was with the Abbey National, and I just went straight to the Abbey National and took out their policy. Now, I believe what you did was shopped around a bit on the internet.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'd seen a couple of things in recommendations in like money sections of Sunday newspapers, that kind of thing. I just had a look on the internet, and it was just absolutely the best policy. It was the cheapest policy. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not. You're going to look for the one that's the cheapest. But it also, bizarrely, in my view, gave me the best remuneration. And not only that, the implementation of it all was very, very easy. The forms you have to fill out are all very well laid out. I hate filling forms out, as most people do, I suppose, but it was very, very easy to do. I think it was like just an open booklet, like a pamphlet. It wasn't reams and reams of forms I had to fill out. Give my bank details. You have to produce a few things like, this is when I actually made the claim. I'm talking about now, not the actual taking out of the policy. Taking out of the policy was very quick indeed. That was just a case of giving them my direct debit details. But when I actually came to making the claim, that was a very streamlined and easy thing, and the people at the other end of the phone were very helpful as well. It's unusual in this day and age to get that level of service. I don't know how they make their money, frankly, because it's a cheap safety net for me.
That is one of the things I've discovered about the British Insurance is the fact that I think there's only 10 people who work there, I think, and if you do need to deal with them, then you basically you ask for Simon or you ask for Sarah, and you know exactly who you're talking to, and they know you.
It's a family-run business.
The thing I like is when you phone their company, that they don't use an automated answering machine. You don't get put in a queue. You speak to someone straight away, and that is a real advantage, I think, these days, just to be able to talk to someone. Especially if someone in your situation, you're kind of desperate. You don't want to be left in a queue.
Absolutely.
Well, I wish you best of luck with getting your house sorted. As far as the insurance you've got from British Insurance, you're happy with their service?
Highly recommended. Highly recommended. It's everyone should take this out. Regardless of how safe you think you might be in your position, anything can happen. It was certainly a blow to me when I got made redundant. And
also, it's a blow to you that this disaster's happened in your house as well, which you couldn't have predicted.
Exactly, yeah. We had, I don't know if you're aware of this, we had a fire several years ago. So that was the fire. We've had the flood. It's the plague of locusts next year, apparently.
Okay. Well, it's great to see that you've maintained some sort of humour about this.
It's either that. Sink or swim, I think, is the term. Sorry, I'll be too flippant there.
Okay, well, really good to talk to you, Steve, and I hope you find gainful employment as soon as possible.
Thank you, Rick. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
If you'd like to know more about mortgage payment protection insurance, there are 3 free ebooks that you can get from www.ukinsuranceonline.co.uk, and you can download them straight away. This will help you make an informed decision on if you need mortgage payment protection insurance, and if so, at what level. If you wish to apply for mortgage protection insurance straight away, you can do so from this site with British Insurance, who were featured in the call. Thank you for watching this video.